We all love men in tights with superpowers.
But who's the best superhero ever?
Hi, I'm Angela Karamalakis from Melbourne, Australia. Let's talk about that.
Good mythical morning.
Today's episode is brought to you by the Rhett and Link Kommunity, home of the mythical beasts.
Facebook, I'm hooked on Facebook.
It warms my heart that people want to create things based on what we created and post them on a community where they can converse with other mythical beasts. Look at my heart, it's being warmed.
Hopefully it's staying approximately the same temperature at all times, because if it's warming too much, that's a sign of imminent death.
Last week we asked the imminent death question, what is the best cereal ever?
We tabulated your results in the comments and the video responses, and the winner, unexpectedly, I would say by a landslide, was
Cinnamon Toast Crunch. I love it so much.
The internet loves Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
that guy's parents need to get him a better video system. We can get all the frames in.
Big questions, people. Now it's time for another one. What is the best? Got a little spittle there on my lip. I'm really getting into this.
Yeah, this is exciting.
I'm foaming at the mouth. What is the best superhero ever?
Everybody has an opinion about this.
Ever.
Everybody has an opinion about this. Well, I guess every nerd has an opinion about this.
I think everybody has an opinion, and then there's some people with super opinions, and we totally respect that, okay? And we actually invite you to submit your video response with an argument.
Make an argument. Make a compelling argument. Don't just say Cinnamon Toast Crunch, he. I mean, that's great, and we appreciate that, but we're talking about something that isn't just, oh, what's your best cereal? What's the best cereal? This is the best superhero. This is the hope for mankind.
This matters.
Yeah.
This matters. I don't have to tell some of you people that.
We've generated a list that we think one of the best superheroes ever will be chosen from this list.
But it doesn't have to be.
It doesn't have to be. Superman. I mean, you kind of start with Superman.
He has super in the name.
Yeah. Spider-Man.
Yep. His has spider in the name.
Usually what they are is in the name.
Yeah.
That's sort of a superhero thing.
Okay, keep going.
Unless you're talking about Daredevil. You know, Daredevil could be a stunt guy, or it also could be a blind guy.
I think it
takes a lot of risks.
I think it's both, if I'm not mistaken.
Batman.
Of course, I've got some thoughts on Batman. We'll come back to that. Wolverine.
Very good facial hair configuration.
And not only that, but the adamantium, how do you say that? The stuff that comes out of his
special metal.
Yeah. Awesome metal that comes out of his. Yeah. We are not comic book experts here. I'm going to go ahead and apologize for the lack of information that we are going to input into this.
Don't be hating on us because we spend most of our time making internet videos and not reading comic books. It doesn't mean anything bad about us.
It's up to you, comic book lovers and watchers.
We're presenting this to you on a platter.
Yeah, this is for you to converse and show your expertise, not to critique our lack of it.
Speaking of intimidating superheroes with intimidating names, Green Lantern.
Oh, that is so intimidating.
Whoa, I'm so scared.
Oh, look at that. What is that? Is that a light? A greenish light? Oh, I'm scared.
Speaking of lights, Flash. Of course, he didn't have a flash power. He was just really fast, but a flash on a camera.
Remember the TV series for the Flash?
TV show Flash came out when I was a kid, and I was into that thing, man.
Well, I think we were in high school.
I was a kid, whatever.
We're so old. It was good. In a weird kind of way.
Wonder Woman has an invisible plane, and she's a woman.
She deserves her own video. Let's talk about her in an entire video of its own later. And it will be an invisible video.
Aquaman.
He's cool.
Yeah.
DC represent.
Captain America.
Yeah.
Historical. You know, it has very good historical context. Has a movie.
Defensive weapon becomes offensive weapon.
I was a big fan of Captain America growing up. Iron Man.
Okay.
He's part of the conversation these days.
Thor. There's also a Captain Britain, I think.
Really?
Yeah. Captain Japan as well.
How do you know about this?
Captain Serbia. He's pretty awesome.
Thor. Mythical man. Hulk. Accident. resulting in very strong man.
Yeah, I'm sorry if I'm going to refer to television shows and movies a lot. That's my point of reference for superheroes. But the Hulk television show scared the living daylights out of me as a kid. I mean, that right there is proof positive that you're a great superhero.
You were scared of the Hulk?
Oh, absolutely.
I wasn't scared. I was enthralled.
I was also afraid of hitchhikers.
Punisher. I remember the Punisher comic book came out. I don't know if this was a reiteration or if it was the original, but back in the 80s, I guess that was the first time Punisher came on the scene. But my brother got the Punisher. I remember going into his room and seeing the Punisher comic book.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just like, I don't think he should have this. I think this is...
Parental advisory?
I think I should tell Mom about this.
Oh, really?
And look at this guy and look what he's doing to the people. Green Arrow. Also very intimidating. Another man that looks like Robin Hood. Hawkeye also is kind of a Robin Hoodish looking character.
He's the Avengers person that I barely know.
He's like a purple Robin Hood, which if you could, you couldn't get any less superhero than Robin Hood unless you made him purple. So that's Hawkeye. So that's the list that we're working from. But we are going to make some quick arguments, some opening arguments.
Yeah, don't vote yet. Let us see if we can sway you with our humble opinions and
what we
perspectives.
think is the best. So Link, you go first.
All right, I'm gonna go out there. I'm gonna go out on a big limb here. Batman. It's pretty obvious. I mean, he's got to be in the top 3. He's definitely the top 1 in my mind because he's a superhero that technically is in no way super.
Yeah, that's true. He's a normal person.
That in and of itself is pretty awesome, as far as I understand it. This guy, he pulled himself up by his bootstraps. His parents were ravaged in front of his face, and there were bats involved somehow. And then he's turned himself into a genius.
I don't think the bats were involved in his parents' death.
Maybe in his dream.
I think he would be like bat killer if that was. He wouldn't be Batman. He wouldn't adopt the thing that killed his parents.
Well, in his bats were involved somehow. He has to have good reason for becoming a bat. He could have been anything. He could have just been awesome guy. Most awesome guy.
We wouldn't be talking about him right now. Of course, that is kind of what Superman is.
Look at the Batman. Yeah, no, he has superpowers. He's from another planet.
Right.
He's not human.
But his
Batman
name
is human.
Yeah, but his name is like awesome guy, Superman.
Oh, yeah.
That's all, I mean his name. Don't get so defensive.
Oh, what? Don't step on my Batman now. I thought you were attacking Batman. And maybe he was afraid of bats. I don't know. All right. What I got here is he's got genius level intelligence.
Yeah.
This is from the Batman wiki. I gotta go to the wiki here, even on Batman. Master detective, master escapologist. I didn't even know this. He's like Houdini, but in a bat suit.
Yeah, he can get out of anything.
Top that, people. Peak human physical condition, master martial artist, access to high-tech equipment.
And the thing I
pulled himself up by his bootstraps.
Here's what I like about Batman is that I feel like I could, if I do this with the right amount of training and money, we all could be Batman. I think that's what's so inspiring about him.
He can bench press 1,000 pounds. He knows 127 different forms of martial art. He has his alter ego is Bruce Wayne. That's not really him. He acts like this guy who's, he's a rich man who's a womanizer, but he's not really. He's really this philanthropist who cares about people. But his alter ego has an alter ego.
Maybe Warren Buffett is a superhero and we don't know about it.
Top that.
Are you done?
He's got the Batcopter, he's got the Batmobile, he's got the Batarang.
He's a rich man. He's in the top 1%. Batman is definitely in the top 1%. So
I'd like to have a Linkmobile and a Linkarang and
the Occupy Wall Street people should be protesting Batman. Let's just be honest about this. He's in the top 1%, people. If you're a part of the Occupy movement and you like Batman, you're a hypocrite. That's all I got to say. But here's my favorite superhero of all time.
I'm Batman.
Now, I'm going for one that wasn't even on the list, and I'm going for one that was ranked 118th best superhero of all time by Wizard magazine. So I'm going for the underdog.
Is he called the underdog? You're voting for the underdog. I've never even heard of the underdog.
That's a cartoon character. My superhero is Hawkman. Now,
haven't heard of him either.
Let me give you some information about Hawkman and why I identify with Hawkman and why I have a little figurine that I keep on my desk that is Hawkman.
This is Hawkman.
Well, that's like a bobblehead version of him. Let me just tell you a story, Link. You were there. We were with this drunk man one time. We were in a van, and I had to drive his vehicle for him because he was intoxicated. and Link was sitting between us in a van on a bucket because there was so much stuff in the back of the van. I don't want to go into the details of what we were doing with this guy or what was in the van or anything. Nothing illegal was happening, but it's just too long of a story. And he was talking to us, and he had just met us, and he was like, he was drunk, okay? And he was just kind of being really honest. He's like, man, you boys, I like y'all. You know, y'all are going places. And Link.
And I was literally sitting this close to it because I was on a bucket.
Link, you look like a star. And Rhett,
I like this guy.
you look like a falcon.
And he had tears in his eyes.
He was tore up about this.
He was so into it. It's the the best compliment he could give a man.
And it's the
you look like a and you do look like a falcon.
He called me a falcon, and that's why I ended up calling myself Shabazz on the Mythical Beast on the community. My Mythical Beast name is Shabazz, which means Hawk King or Royal Falcon.
But Falcon Boy, what is his name?
Hawkman. Hawkman
is not the best superhero ever.
Well, yes, I think he is. Okay.
Well, yes, he is.
We're getting short on time. Let me tell you why I think he's great. First of all, he has an amazing suit. I mean, look, you might see a lot of superheroes and think that they're just out in their pajamas. But you see Hawkman and you're like, that dude is a superhero. He has wings, people, very large wings on his ears and on his back. And he carries a scepter. This guy's up to something. This guy's not going this is not Halloween. You know, he's not sleepwalking. He's a superhero. His backstory is all convoluted. He can't be pinned down. In some of the versions, he's an archaeologist. In some of them, he's a police officer from another planet. He's a man of mystery.
Very close.
He has access to nth metal, which is the metal that makes his belt, his boots, and his wings, and he can fly with that.
Does he carry like falcon rings on his utility belt though?
Falcon rings. He's a Hawkman.
Oh, I keep wanting to think he's a falcon. But he's not even a falcon.
Well, they're birds of prey, you know? But the last thing is his girlfriend fights crime with him. Hawkgirl.
Sounds complicated.
He talked his girl into putting on a matching suit. This is like two old people on vacation. You know how you see two old people on vacation? They both have on like purple tracksuits.
And wings.
Yeah. They're so in love that like sometimes when I'm getting ready to go someplace with my wife and I realize we match, I like say, we need to change because I don't want to be mixy matchy couple, you know. But
it's kind of cutesy.
But Hawkman has said, you know what? I'm gonna match my girlfriend. We're gonna fight crime together. We're gonna fly around in these matching suits. I think that's honorable. The more I think about it.
What if they break up? That'd be really awkward, though. You know, they look so much alike.
So anyway, Hawkman, best superhero ever. Take that, Batman.
Cast your vote in the comments below and submit a video response with your argument for who is the best superhero ever.
Rhett is hard of hearing.
Hey, Rhett. Hey, Rhett. Rhett!
Yeah!
It's time to end this episode of Good Mythical Morning.
It's time to eat porridge?
Time to end this episode of Good Mythical Morning.
It's time to bend the foreman?
Tell him goodbye.
Oh, hi!
Tell him see you tomorrow.
What are we supposed to borrow?
See you tomorrow.
Anything you borrow, just keep it. Just send me an email.
Actually, it's not tomorrow. It's Monday. Tell him see you Monday.
We don't do a show on Sunday.
Hard of hearing. Goodbye.